everyone, Naomi here. I have a quick question for you before I dive in. So, do you find yourself asking whether renovating for wealth is right for you? Are you looking to jump onto the house flipping bandwagon, but you're afraid that you don't have the skills or the know-how to get through a project? Or maybe you'd love to earn a few extra dollars renovating on the side, but you really don't know how you're going to juggle that and kids and family and commitments and everything else that life seems to throw your way. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's possible to renovate for wealth and still enjoy life. And it definitely doesn't have to be a huge drama or a stressed fest like what you see on popular TV shows. What's that saying? You can have your cake and eat it too? Well, you can. You can renovate and make money, and by doing so, you can create your perfect picture of wealth. Which brings me to exactly what today's post is all about. I have a few tips to help you throw away the fear, kick it to the curb, put it in the bin where it belongs, and help you answer those nagging questions in your head. Now, before we go into really detail, I want you to always keep your end goal in mind. It can be easy to get kind of lost along the way, so don't lose track of what your finish line is. Personally, what you want to get out of a renovation project. So there's no point in jumping into a project that will realistically take time and effort and dollars if you don't know why you're jumping into such a big commitment in the first place. Think of it, I guess, as a contract. Would you sign a contract on the dotted line if you didn't even know what you're signing for? So what is your end goal then? Are you looking to get your hands dirty in a serious hobby or use renovating to carve out a nice six-figure per year profit generating money machine? As long as you're not looking at renovating as a get-rich-quick scheme, because it is far from that, and I want you to avoid that mindset, then renovating for wealth is definitely something you should consider. But just be very mindful. Renovating for wealth involves real properties and real renovations and real materials and real teams. So you should never, ever start a project without first doing loads of proper planning, thinking and research. Okay, so we've established that having the end goal is super important, right? But wait, what exactly is renovating? Well, let me put it very simply for you. Renovating is pretty much the act of taking a property and making it even more awesome. Have you ever heard someone say, "Don't fix it if it ain't broken"? Well, you know what? The houses don't have to be broken. They could just be in original form that maybe Grandma Doris lived in the 19th century, baking her apple pies. It doesn't have to be broken to need to be renovated. These kinds of improvements can include fixing what is broken or upgrading things that are on their way out or look a little old and vintage. And this is where your end goal comes in. The improvements can be big or small, depending on what your vision and your goal for renovating actually is. Okay, so that explains renovating. But what is renovating for wealth then, I hear you ask? Well, renovating to create wealth. Some call it renovating for profit, some call it house flipping, house rehabbing. There are millions of generic terms that are used every day to describe this. So those renovating shows on TV have definitely popularised the idea of house flipping or creating wealth through renovating property, and everyone wants a piece of the pie. And there's a really popular saying in real estate industry, which is buy low and sell high. And that's pretty self-explanatory, right? But exactly how do you sell high? Sure, you can buy the right property and it can sit there for years while riding the market growth if you have some, but that's not what renovating for wealth is all about. And that's not what we're here for, right? What we're looking here is to add value and improvements to each and every property that you choose to renovate, and in doing so, make money. So here we are. There's three main steps that you need to get that golden high. There's three main phases in renovating for wealth. And the first one is the acquisition phase. So this actually involves when you're purchasing the property. You want to nab it at a price that won't make renovating pointless. I'm talking either at or below market value. But there's no point paying an inflated price for a property that may or may not make you a profit. That risk of loss is not worth your time, money, and effort. Now, the second phase of renovating to create wealth, and this phase is all about improvement. So this is where you're going to be pumping value into that property that you scored at or below market value. This is where the renovating actually comes in, and it's not just any renovating either. It's super important at this stage to really look at the key elements of the property, including floor plans, including space medicine, including your target market. And then we head on to the third phase of renovating for wealth journey. So this phase is the lucky last. It is the final step, and it is all about leveraging. So this is the selling part of the renovation project, which is where you get to make your money. Woohoo! The key here is obviously to sell or rent the finished product for a higher value than was possible before you put your time, effort, and money into it. So obviously, if you don't sell or rent it, you won't really be able to see the added value of the renovation. When you do let it go, you'll have increased capital or equity or rental yield to put into your future projects. Then you can keep renovating to create more wealth. So there you have it. Now you know the 3 phases that are involved in renovating to create wealth. And you are hopefully better equipped to answer those questions that keep running through your head. And if all of this information is making your hands start to itch for a renovation project of your own, then come and check out the Rapid Renovation Formula and see how we can help you achieve your rapid renovation goals. Thanks for joining me. Did you know I wrote a book all about renovating to create wealth and freedom in your life? I've added the link below in the description for you. Enjoy.